Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, and Supergirl, issue number 24. This is a strange one. Basically, she talks about how she's got to keep her powers to a limit because she's going to run out of juice. But then she goes and purposely gets herself into a bar fight that was 100% completely and totally, absolutely unnecessary. All right, let's get into what actually, who actually did this book first. Mark Andreyko did the story. Evan Doc Shanner did the art and cover. Love that. Inks was Carl Kessel, and colors Nathan Fairbairn. Okay, I'm sorry if I ruined that name, dude. I don't know how to pronounce that. Tom Napolitano did the letters. Amanda Connor with Paul Mounts did the variant cover. And of course, Supergirl was based on characters created by Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster. Alrighty then. So, like I said, it's just unnecessary how she got into a fight. I find it interesting how Supergirl was advertised having the totally awesome new black costume several issues before it actually debuted. And now that she's actually wearing it, on the covers, all we get is the original costume. What the flark, DC? Like, can we pay a little bit of attention here, please? Also, she's wearing that dark costume in this, and then all of a sudden, like, Superdog shows up, Super Mutt, and, you know, Crypto. Anyway, and she suddenly appears in the regular blue and red. How exactly did that happen? That was really weird. Plus, I'd rather her stay in the black costume while she's out, because just, come on, man. Anyhow, so she just goes and gets herself into a bar fight because she's a snowflake, basically. I get it. She's young, older than Kal-El, but doesn't have the emotional maturity because technically age is just a number in this particular regard. I get it. I totally get it. Anyway, she's dumb. She's dumb. And she winds up having to pull out the axe of Rogal Zar in order to save herself because she's pretty much out of juice at this point. And everybody's like, oh my God, how did she get that? That's amazing. Did she defeat Rogal Zar? That's impossible. I love that. I absolutely love that. That is freaking awesome that these people understand so much. But instead of staying and actually interrogating these people, she's like, I'm going to go to Krypton and hopefully I'll find these people later. I can ask some questions, I guess. She meets up with this dude and what do you call it? He's Kaloan. And it's basically I can show you his image. He basically acts like the Kaloan version of Star-Lord, which I'm okay with. That's really cool. I dig that. Star-Lord from Guardians of the Galaxy, if you guys aren't familiar. Anyway, I don't know if an actual relationship is going to start with these guys. Don't know, don't care right now. This cat is actually kind of cool. I dig this guy. What do you call it? So anyway, they're flying into, and I'm just going to give you the spoiler to the end of this. So if you don't want the spoiler, don't be here. But this is kind of awesome. So time's up. So she flies to Krypton, and when she gets there, duh, there's effing kryptonite everywhere. Imagine that. That's something I always talked about. It's like, if you want to get kryptonite, don't you have to find pieces of it? And wouldn't a bunch of those pieces still kind of be floating around the sector of Krypton? Just saying. So there's kryptonite everywhere, and she's just like, oh, I'm going to die. Like, she starts bleeding from every orifice. Oh, really bad. Really bad. Anyway, something that I find interesting about that, I thought that kryptonite was only bad to Kryptonians if they were engaged with the yellow sun, if they actually had yellow sun energy in them. Maybe the fact that she didn't die, because all that kryptonite around them, I'm of the opinion that, like, Superman at full power or Supergirl at full power would just be like, and just die immediately. Because in my head canon, it was always the idea that the yellow sun bombarding a Kryptonian and then having pieces of kryptonite left over. And I know there's going to be some people like, the reason why kryptonite exists is because of this one bomb that happened back during the... Yeah. There's multiple different versions of why kryptonite actually came into existence. If it's just a part of their old planet, because it doesn't have to be a crystallized version. There's been lots of different takes on why kryptonite hurts Kryptonians, all right? Don't just take one and say that's the answer. There's way too many for any one person to sit there and say, oh, no, this is why. No, I could give you a dozen reasons why, so calm thyself. But for the sake of my headcanon, I always thought it was because, you know, the bombardment of Yellow Sun, and now here's this piece of their home planet. They're not compatible with each other. So it was always in my head canon. That's one of the reasons why they were okay with the Yellow Sun, you know, waxing away, and suddenly now we got a red sun, because, oh, there we go. At least we get to survive, people. At least we get to survive. Because with their technology, I'm sure they could have figured out a way to go someplace else. Like, why did the Daxamites go to a place with a yellow sun or with a red sun also, right? All the different factions and versions of Kryptonians, they've always done that. They always go to some place where there is only a red sun. So, interesting, right? Anyhow, that might be the case, because that much kryptonite around them, like Krypton, you'd figure that she would die instantly. But I'm imagining, in my headcanon for now, that's because there's such a small concentration of yellow sun left in her that she didn't die immediately. And if all the yellow sun would disappear, then she can actually just hang out and be like, "Ooh, kryptonite, this is cool. Look at that. I'm going to take a bite of it." You know, whatever. Again, that's my headcanon. That's mine. It would be cool. Like, I would be so impressed if the writer did the exact same thing or something to that effect in this. Anyway, just for the sake of conversation, that was kind of interesting at the end. I'm hoping that's where it goes. We'll see. The comic book, I reviewed this late. Obviously, this is going out on Friday. But what do you call it? I see a lot of people, they're looking at this like, dude, why is she getting into this fight and all this stuff? She is a dumb kid. Let's just face facts. She's a dumb kid with way too much power. And that's one of the reasons why I love Kara Zor-El. Oh my God, I can't believe I almost went there. What do you call it? She just has this ability to do dumb things, and she doesn't have to face too many consequences for it because she is so uber powerful. This is going to be taking her completely out of her element, and I don't know. I'm hoping there's an opportunity for some character growth in this. We'll see. We'll see. Anyway, guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.